Kia ora. Welcome to Cup of Tea and a Yarn. My name's Jill and I'm found on Ravelry and Instagram as Tea and a Yarn. Today is the 17th of October. It's election day here in New Zealand, which is an exciting day, and big ups to Kate Shepherd for getting us the vote. Wonder what you'd think. It's like she fought so hard to get people to vote, or women's vote, should I say. And this election, we've got two women leaders, the opposition and the Prime Minister. So I wonder how proud she'd be for the work that, or what the outcome of all of her work has been. Be quite interesting to know. Anyway, so I went and cast my vote this morning, which was, yeah, kind of feel like it should be a bigger deal than it is, but it's not. It's just you tick your box and you put it in the thing. There you go. This is where I talk about welcome. Sorry. Hey, welcome. This is where I talk about lots of yarn things, mostly my knitting and crocheting, although not so much crochet at the moment, projects, my spinning, no spinning this week, my weaving, and no finished weaving this week either. So just a bit of knitting really, and nothing finished. Went down a hole of, pattern finding hole. I wanted to do something with all of my scraps and I didn't want to make a scrappy blanket. So I've got one here on the couch. Oh, change of scenery. We're in the lounge today. Got one here on the couch. I've got one over there on the chair. So I've got another one in the office where I normally sit, the office, which is really the spare bedroom, and the office and the craft room. It's like, how many scrappy blankets can one person have? It's like, this doesn't get that cold, really. I mean, it's nice to pop it on. Like the other day, it got a bit chilly. There's a bit of a cold snap, which is, quite nice. I prefer the cold than the heat. So it's quite nice to just sit with it on your lap. But, after half an hour, you're a bit hot and you take it off again. So I've been looking up things to do with my scraps. I mean, this one was made with scraps. So this is my Shifty by Andrea Mari. Maybe I'll make another one of these. I don't know. Yeah, I've got heaps of scraps. I could even potentially do the fade like how she does it with hers. So this is the Shifty. I already said that. But I made this with scraps and one skein of something that I got from Anna Grattan. I think it was like a crepe or something. The green. That's what the green is. If you can see it, green there. Yeah, I think it's quite a nice little summer pop on. Although I have oh no, I won't tell you about that because I haven't started it. It's just a thought in progress. Anyway, so nothing finished to show you at all. I've made some good progress on some things and I started a lot as well and then stopped a lot. So let's go for good progress. I think last time I just started doing my socks and I think I've made good progress since I just do them at work. They're quite cool. I like how the pattern's showing and how the yarn's getting darker. So the yarn it's a kind of a fade. So these are Modavera Perfect Pair, which I got quite a wee while ago when I was at Spotlight one day. I knit my socks inside out, so I just put them back that way, and I'm knitting them on my usual size zeros, which I think is quite thin ones. Yeah. The pattern I'm doing, there's my little book here, my Hershey's book. The pattern is called Toe Up 2 at a Time Wave Socks by Laura Magdies. I think it's a free pattern. unravel me. So I think that they're going to be better than the last pair of socks which I did, which were the zigzag ones, and I couldn't get them on my feet. Okay, my next work in progress is the Burkle-Dun Puff. And I'm doing quite well on that. I'm quite way down the body, actually. It's very pretty. So yeah, about another couple of inches to go, then I can do the rib, and then it's just the arms. It's going to be quite warm for a short sleeve top. Isn't the puff sleeves were really cool to do. It's like they went out, but then they came in again. So there's like a proper wee puff there. So it's still like done raglan, but just you do quite some short row shaping on the sleeves, and I really like the leaf pattern. So the cream yarn is an Anna Cindy I had left over, and it is called Pixie Dust, sorry, and it's a merino. And then the green is what I picked up on my trip down to Cavity Coast. So that's the Corriedale from the wool company. The colour is kale. I don't think it's quite kale colour. Kale's a bit darker, I think. Yeah. So not too. It's my floats. Got a couple of long ends to weave in. Not too bad. There's some longer ones there that I haven't grabbed, but I think all in all they're looking quite tidy. I haven't tried it on. I've kind of put it over my head and kind of I've gone, oh yeah, that'll fit. So it's not going to be too small. I have done some waist shaping, so this one didn't have any waist shaping. It was just a down, and then you kind of cast it off at the end. I wanted it a bit more shapely, so I have done some waist shaping. So I'm just doing a decrease every 10 rows. Well, I don't know if it's 10 rows, but it's about that. It's about every inch. I'm doing two decreases on each side, so 4 stitches around, which is what I did on the pink one that I did, a Poison Girls one. So that also had 4 stitches that was every 10 rows, when it was actually less than an inch because it was smaller needles and thinner yarn. I didn't want to go overboard though. I've counted the stitches on my Amber O'Brien jersey at the bottom, which that one, it's like, this is quite baggy, and that one fits. It's fitting. It's not fitted, but it's fitting. It's like a bit more snug. It doesn't actually, it's not tight. It just kind of sits rather than bags. And that one had 160 stitches. And so what I thought was, is I'll do one more decrease round, and then before I do my rib, I will decrease, I think it's 22, so I'll do 24, so 12 stitches on the front and 12 stitches on the back, and I'll just do it evenly. Then I'll go into smaller needles and do my 1 by 1 rib. I think that might do the bit of a pulling in kind of thing, which is what I'm after with this. I think it'll make it look a bit more vintage. Yeah, a bit more vintage. But other than that, some of my increases and shaping are a bit weird, but hopefully that once I've washed it, it'll settle down, and the stitches will magically even out. That's what I'm hoping. But otherwise, if you see me wearing it, just don't look too closely at those puff sleeves. I do like it. I did want it to be finished this week, but I got distracted, as I say, with scraps. Yeah, it's a good one. I started another shawl. My one that I started last time, which was, my Spring Smile, which is a fabulous hedgehog yarn, the hula hoop yarn. The pattern was Stephen West Zoolandia, and I finished it apart from about half of the picot bind offs. And as I got halfway, and I was like, it's actually not as long as I thought it would be. I know it's only a one skein shawl, but I have some one skein shawls that are like wider. So I would have preferred like narrow, like shallow and wider. This one was probably only about this wide. Can you see that? It's about that wide. And it seemed to be quite deep in the middle. So when I put it here, it came to here, like if I was doing it from the front. I was like, I'm not going to wear that. It's yeah, I chose not to finish it, and I frogged it. And then I started about 3 or 4 different other ones. I had a bit of a I got a bit cast on happy. Tried different things. I wanted to do some kind of a rainbow, and I kind of had the idea of doing not the usual, Richard of York gives battle in vain one. I wanted to do the rainbow song, red and yellow and pink and green, orange and purple and blue. I can sing a rainbow. Anyway, I haven't done that. But I started doing that. I had no method though, and what was happening was that so I tried kind of marling in, not marling really, fading, should I say, so doing alternate stripes as I got close to the end of one colour before I carried into the other one. I felt like it was too solid still. Didn't quite work. So then I thought, well, let's just go solid. So then I did some solid chunks, and then I didn't like that either. So I started this one, and this I'm not sticking to the rainbow song colours. I'm doing the Richard of York colours. I showed this one. This one I've knitted before and then frogged, and I'll tell you why as I go. So this is the Pride Kerchief by Josh Reeks Robinski. I bought this a couple of years ago. Oh, that was the wrong way around. It's like it's got some cool texture kind of patterns, and yeah, it's like you do 2 of the colours and you interchange them, and yeah, you use quite fat needles. Use 2 bits of yarn, and sometimes you knit just strand, that's the right word. Sometimes you knit just 1 strand, and sometimes you knit 2 together, depending on what's going on. So if you can see that, so so at the moment the orange is 1 strand, and then I'm doing orange with yellow together. I totally splashed out when I bought this pattern and I knit it the first time, and I got some a mini skein set from 3 Irish Girls, which I think they're Canadian. It took quite a while to arrive, and I thought, right, brilliant, and I cast on and I did pretty much the whole thing. And then, I mean, it's called a kerchief, so it's short, so the ends are quite short, and then I kind of went, I'm not going to wear it. I like my end, if I'm wearing it like a kerchief, I like my ends to be about here at least, just so that you like tie them out the way, or if they're here I feel like it's going to fall off all the time. So I wasn't going to wear it. So the red wasn't part of the mini skein set, so I added that in. I think that I potentially could have made it bigger last time. It was a couple of years ago, and I didn't really understand what I was doing, like with the construction of. And I've done one like this. I did the mixed tape shawl, which was kind of like this, with the center decrease in the middle, and the increases on the outside. So I kind of understand now how it's going to work, and that eventually I'll be doing some short rows and that sort of stuff. So I think I can make it as big as I want. So I still am using some of my Irish Girls, but I've also got, so this is my Irish Girls, and this one is, and so is this one. So I've got these three to go. There was another one, but I think I used it in something else by accident. But I've got like other greens I can shove in. So like this is like, I could go green, turquoise, blue even, like, to make it more blended. And I've got a couple of extra pinks, and of course purple as well. So yeah, that's the plan, is I can make it a little bit bigger. And what I'm doing is I'm kind of following the pattern in that when the changing color happens, there's a different stitch. So I'm doing that, but I'm ignoring the stitch count, and I'm just doing as much as I can of that color until I change. So like as an example, I think the orange was supposed to change quite a while ago, but I've still got it there. I'm going to use every little bit, as much as I can anyway. Yeah. So that's that. So that's the pride kerchief. And I think that the way it's going to, because it's holding two colours together, like quite a bit, I think it will, well, the red doesn't really go, but that's okay, because it's a rainbow and it's nice and bright. It's going to be very cool. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's going to work. And I'm enjoying it. What's it like? I only just started this morning. So this was, oops, balls are running all over the floor. Yeah, so I just started this morning. There's a new Star Trek Discovery season started. So I sat and watched that this morning. Andrew's working the elections today. So I get a whole day to myself in the house, which has been really nice actually, just to chill out and not really do very much. Not that we have a lot going on all the time, but it's just nice to yeah, relax, I suppose. I think that weekends, it's the last few have been all about doing things and rushing around. Like especially last weekend, there was a bit of, it wasn't rushing around. I mean, I went over to Araha to see a friend, and then I went to my mum and dad's, and then my nephew was up from Nelson, so my sister came down from Auckland, and there was a big family lunch. Yeah, and then driving home. So yeah, it's been a lot of up and down the motorway, and Auckland trip, and then again this week. So I have to pop up there on Tuesday. Another meeting. Yeah. So it's nice sometimes just to sit and do nothing without really feeling guilty. Yeah, so that's that. My other works in progress I haven't done anything with. My page of ones, it's just interesting because I loved doing that first section, but then it's just kind of stopped and I haven't gone any further. So I haven't really done anything there. My garter squish, no, I think that's probably away now until it starts to get chillier again, so I can have it on my knee while I'm knitting. I think that might be a long-term project. I might have more spinning to put in it by then as well. My Clara Jane, I felt guilty about because my friend in Te Araha, her and I kind of started that cardigan at the same time. So that's a hanging rock roost cardigan. It's such a pretty cardigan. It's got like some mosaic. It's just nice round raglan sleeve one, and it's just got some mosaic around the end leather. around the bottom and I think it's around the sleeves as well. So it's been so long since I looked at it, I can't remember. And I'd started mine. I was away with the Hisnor, and I was visiting my friend. She's like, oh, here's mine, and she's almost finished the bottom part, and she's moved house, and she's doing a lot of stuff as well. So yeah, I felt a bit guilty about that. It hasn't made me pick it up yet though. I'm looking at it. It just sits in the lounge, looking at me, but I haven't done anything with it. My mini cat squares crochet cushion. I touched this like it was that, but that's not. It is a cat on a cushion, but it's not my crocheted one. No, that also was making me feel a bit guilty, so I put it away. So I put it in a bag and put it away. Yeah. I'm now questioning my background. So supposed to have DK weight background squares, and I used fingering. And now I'm kind of questioning that, because if it's going to be a cushion, you're going to be able to see through it quite easily, even though it's kind of dense. But because they get blocked quite aggressively. Yeah. That requires some time, I think, to just sit down, and I'd like to do a couple of the cats, do the bits, the embellishment parts, sew it on. I think once I've got one gone, I'll be motivated to do the others. So yeah, I need to put some time aside to probably think about that one day. It's probably a more summery thing because it's like little. It's not all over the place. Yeah. So that's all of my works in progress, which not as bad as I thought, really, considering I've cast on quite a few things. I've also frogged quite a lot, so I'm quite happy with that. I went shopping. And I'm going to tell you about a future project, which I'm busting to start, but I'm not going to. There is a secondhand clothes shop in the historic village in Tauranga, and they are having a change of owners. They're doing a big restock and clean out and refresh of their premises and so they have got like a $10 sale at the moment, and I got two the other day. I got two Anna Stratton, which is a New Zealand designer, summer dresses for $10 each, which is quite a bargain. I know she's just recently making more affordable clothes, but it used to be the cheapest thing you could get in a summer frock might be $90 if it was in the really cheap on sale stuff, but they're usually in a couple of $100 section. So I was so chuffed to find them, and they a little bit big, but that's fine. I mean, the summer frocks, just pop them on, they're kind of like this, which then led me to they're kind of like this, and I don't really, I'm not ashamed of my arms, but I don't really want to get them out, because I do have that, that bit happening there. To call that my wings. My wings are getting more pronounced. Oh, I'm in my 50s now, I can't. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And tricep, no matter how many tricep dips I do, it's not gonna go away. So yeah, I don't mind having my shoulders out and my arms out. I don't like it if I've got the bra blobs. I don't know if you guys have them, but I have them here sometimes. Again, depends if I put a bit of weight on. I have put a couple of kilos on since I've gone back to work. I was very good over lockdown, but now I'm not. So I've just started again this week, like being a bit more aware of what I'm putting in my mouth. today I was very aware of putting lots of peanut butter chocolate in my mouth while I was watching Star Trek. Anyway, so bit more, but there, I don't like showing off. So these dresses, anyway, back to the dresses, are strapless. No, they're straps. They're not quite spaghetti straps, but they're thin straps. I would like to. One of them is brown and yellow, which kind of sounds gross, but it's very cool, and it's got like brown ruffles, and it's, yeah, I really like it. I actually didn't like the neckline because it comes like this, so I'm quite happy not to show that. Only because I don't think it's very flattering. It looks a bit like, I guess, like a t-shirt dress when it's like a quite posh dress because of the ruffles. I got my brown yarn, my 3-ply that I got from Kiriana. I also got that 3-ply brown merino silk that I recently got from Holstgarn. And so I'm umming and ahhing which one to use. And I'm just going to make, let's see if I can find it very quickly. I have purchased the pattern already. I did do that the other day. I haven't started it. I've just put the pattern with the yarn and kind of put it there ready. So it's Mount Pleasant by Megan Nodecker. Nodecker? And it's just a little covering with a little lace bottom. So it's, oops, let's show you there. And it's kind of short, which is quite good because this dress is, it comes from under here, so like kind of A-liney almost. So yeah, scoopy A-liney. It's got a very high waist anyway. So that way I could just use a little short top just to pop on and cover these bits here and this bit here. So that's a future one to cast on, which I think it might be quite quick. And yeah, doesn't look like there's lots to it, just do that, but it's bottom up, which, what have I done bottom up? I did the cardigan that didn't work, the second cardigan that didn't work, I did bottom up. I haven't done anything else bottom up. But I think it should be alright because it doesn't actually put sleeves on, so you just kind of probably do some shaping and then join at the top. Oh, that was going to be kitcheneering, which now I think I understand how to do. So 2 dresses bought, and then I've also purchased some yarn, only because I don't need any yarn. So last Saturday was election, early voting election, so again Andrew was working. Not such a long day as I mean, today's going to be a really long day. It's like 7 a.m. till 9 tonight. Last week it was like till 4 or 5. So I had I had half a day because then I went to up to mum and dad's, the Waikato. So in the morning I kind of potted around town, which I never do. Took myself out for breakfast, which was disappointing. The eggs were overdone. The toast wasn't very nice. Really good hash browns. It's not very good when you take yourself out for breakfast for a treat and it's disappointing, eh? All right, so I also thought, oh, I'll just pop it to the local yarn shop. And lo and behold, they're having a change of owner and they were having a sale. So I couldn't not buy something. So she has quite a good selection of sock yarn. You can't never have enough sock yarn, I think, eh? So I got some opal. I got opal. Some opal ice cream. Wasn't that cool? I'm pretty sure I haven't had this one before, although it does look familiar. That's how it looks. Oh. See that? It's not very. Good. Does look familiar. I wonder if I used it in my mixtape shawl. That must mean I like it. And then I got this one, which is, I don't know what it's called. Memory. This is pretty. And it knits up like that. It's a bit glary off the window behind the phone. But yeah, I think that's quite pretty. Pink, again, pinks and purples and kind of things I'm drawn to at the moment. And green seems to be my thing. So there were my purchases. I also got a shop and wool one. You know, the sock yarn, the crazy sock yarn, which I gave to my friend in Te Araha because it was all her colours. It was all nice turquoises and things. Yeah, so that's been my purchases. Right, so last time I talked about this idea of a knit along. If we're going to do it, it's going to start in November. Summertime, so November through to February, so that's 4 months. Are we going to do it? Yes. I'm just going to say yes, let's do it. I have no idea what I'm making yet or anything. Maybe I need to relook at the top I'm going to make for over the dresses. So if we start in November through to February, that's a nice 4 months. I mean, doesn't summer starts on 26th of October, which is like next weekend, Labour weekend. But you know, we'll start the week after that. So probably the next time I do this, we'll have more details and be ready to get started. But if you want to pre-plan, if you want to join me, I mean, you don't have to. I'm sure I can whip up some prizes. I've had a look on Instagram and there is no hashtag for Kiwi Summer Cacao. I'm just going K, so like KCAL, cacao, Kikinka Littleka, so knit crochet. I think that it definitely has to be a New Zealand designer, and if you can make it a New Zealand indie dyer as well, that's cool. Do you think that's right? Or do you think we could just go, yeah, I think that's right. I think it's important to support our designers as well as our indie dyers as well. You can do both even better if you want to. I mean, again, you know, I just do it, you know, even if just a couple of us join in, it'd be quite nice. I know I did hear from Raylene, was it Raylene, I think, who said she's busting to make one of Libby's from Truly Myrtle's designs. So yeah, it's an excuse to do it. There's a lot of New Zealand designers. If you can use Ravelry, you can search in the advanced, actually you don't even have to put advanced search, just in the top search, just put New Zealand. And it goes, would you like design a country or something, New Zealand, and you click on that and there they all are. I mean, there is like the Hanging Rock Roost cardigan and pullover that I've made before, and she's done a couple of other things. She just released another cardi. Hani Hooley has does beautiful shawls, all like wisps of things which just look divine. And I think there's a as well as Pony McTate, who's doing the crochet cushion again. There's another lady, another crocheting lady who's quite has lots and lots of designs. What I will do though is to prepare, I'll get a list of designers that I know, and if you've got any others, you can let me know as well. I'll put those on to the website, I think. So I've got a website, www.cupofteaindyarn.com. It's just where I put copies of the video, and also occasionally do a blog. I also put any show notes. It's not really a show, is it? I mean, all the podcasters around the world talk about show notes. It's my little YouTube channel, and I put the details of the projects that I'm making on there. So there's links there. I'll put a link. I always put a link to that website underneath the video on YouTube. Yeah, I think that's it for today. So we'll finish with again, big ups to Kate Shepherd. Thanks for that. Thanks for today. And I hope everyone else got out and voted. It's important to do. People have, fought for it. We should be thankful, I think. Yeah. I've got nothing else to say, so I'm going to go. Okay. I hope everyone is safe and well, and yeah, looking after yourselves and everybody else. Okay. Ka kite.